Hey guys, in this lesson we study how to spell whatever you need. But first, let's be sure you remember the alphabet. You can learn or revise it in a separate lesson over here. В этом уроке мы учимся произносить любое слово по буквам, которое вам необходимо. Но сначала давайте убедимся, помните ли вы алфавит. Если вы его еще не учили или подзабыли, вы сможете его выучить или повторить в специальной ссылочке здесь. To spell means to say the letters of the word letter by letter. We usually ask two common questions. The first is, how do you spell it? And the second is, can you spell it, please? Usually, when you need to say the letter two times, you use the word double plus the letter you need. Like hello, we spell H-E-double-L-O. It's time for practice. What's your first name? How do you spell it? What's your last name or surname? How do you spell it? Now we want to do some listening and writing practice. Can you spell your name? It's Jerry, J-E-R-R-Y. Can you spell your name? It's Amanda, A-M-A-N-D-A. Can you spell your name? It's Derek, D-E-R-E-K. Can you spell your name? It's Pamela, P-A-M-E-L-A. Can you spell your name? It's John, J-O-H-N. Can you spell your last name? It's Evans, E-V-A-N-S. Can you spell your last name? It's Thompson, T-H-O-M-P-S-O-N. Can you spell your last name? It's Collins, C-O-L-I-N-S. Can you spell your last name? It's Atwood, A-T-T-W-O-O-D. Can you spell your last name? It's Carter, C-A-R-T-E-R. If someone doesn't understand the letter you're saying, you need to say the word that starts with the letter you're trying to say, like A, like apple, or B, like ball, or S, like sun. Can you spell your last name? It's Douglas, D-O-U-G, like game, L-A-S. Can you spell your last name? It's Sheldon, S-H, like help, E-L-D-O-N. Can you spell your last name? It's Webster, W like wall, E-B-S-T-E-R. Can you spell your last name? It's Austin, A like apple, U like use, S-T-I-N. Запишите названия компаний. How do you spell it? BMW. How do you spell it? IBM. How do you spell it? KFC. How do you spell it? UPG. How do you spell it? BBC. Write down the words that you hear. I will say each name and spell it. Then you have some time to write it down, and I'll give you the correct answer to check it up. How do you spell your name? Oliver, O-L-I-V-E-R. How do you spell your name? George, G-E-O-R-G-E. How do you spell your name? Jack, J-A-C-K. How do you spell your name? Oscar, Oscar. How do you spell your name? Brian. Bryan. How do you spell your name? Harry. Harry. How do you spell your name? Michael. Michael. How do you spell your name? Daniel. Daniel. How do you spell your name? William. William. How do you spell your name? Matthew. Matthew. How do you spell your name? Amelia. Amelia. How do you spell your name? Emily. Emily. How do you spell your name? Jane. Jane. How do you spell your name? Claire. Clare. How do you spell your name? Diana. Diana. How do you spell your name? Rosie. Rosie. How do you spell your name? Lily. Lily. How do you spell your name? Zoe. Zoey. How do you spell your name? Isabella. Isabella. How do you spell your name? Jennifer. Jennifer. Can you spell your last name? Mr. Lewis. Lewis. Can you spell your last name? Mr. Brown. Brown. Can you spell your last name? Mr. Murphy. Murphy. Can you spell your last name? Mrs. Watson. Watson. Can you spell your last name? Dr. Campbell. Campbell. I hope you did really well, and in the next lesson we would try to spell the addresses and the email addresses. See you soon!